Good podcast for you here tonight, folks. I'm gonna get it in, and then I got to go and do the family thing when it's all said and done. But I'm gonna definitely appreciate those of y'all that come. Talking from the dome is hard, y'all. Talking from the dome is extremely difficult. But got a couple of people that they're gonna come in. My boy Ed, Brooke Oresco. Okay, I hope I said that right. Brooke Oresco. All right. Glad you're here. Thank you for joining me live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Combat Sports Show live. Okay, Mia Schreiner. Okay, Mia, are you ready to enter? Okay, because you said you wanted to be on, and hey, this is it. Let me know. But glad you guys are here. Ed Harris will be joining us. Okay, gonna get Ed on right now, and Ed and I we have a lot to talk about. Ed was on the show probably about maybe 3 months ago. Let me see. Let me make sure he's ready. Ed, you're going to be getting a link right now. And I thank y'all for showing this channel love, guys. I definitely been doing a lot of work. Guys, I've been working on so many interviews that I'm going crazy, but I got some. Okay. Brooke, it's going to be heated. Okay. It's going to be heated tonight. We got some topics to talk about. Okay. Megan Anderson and Laura Sanko, they talked about the Cyborg fight, and Megan, boy. Whew, man. Let me give people a little bit of time to get in here. Let me go ahead and get some of the people that are going to be on this live stream. Guys, I appreciate all the new, subscribers to the channel. You guys are definitely helping, this channel go in the right direction. And, I said in 2018 that I'm definitely doing things differently. Me and Amazing Eric, that's my broadcast partner. He is a tremendous, he's very good at what he does. And he's got a lot of integrity. I really, really respect and admire Amazing Eric. Okay. And definitely would tell you, he's a channel that's going to be on the rise. And by next year, Amazing Eric probably going to have over 70,000 subscribers. You mark my word. That channel is growing very, very quickly. Okay. All right, Ed, I've sent your link because I know you requested. So we're going to get this thing chopping. Yeah, we'll go ahead and start. It's 4 of y'all, and that's 4 people that I didn't have. Ed, I've already sent the link. Okay, we will get popping. Okay, we'll get popping. We'll get it going. Let me see. And I think Mia, you said that you were joining the live stream. Okay, make sure your people know. Okay, before you come on, make sure your people know. Okay, and with that, we'll go ahead and get this started. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, your email. Okay, your email. Something is wrong with it, Mia. I just checked it. You in your email, and I sent the one that you gave me. I didn't put the comment up. I didn't put it up because I'm pretty sure you didn't want people knowing your email. And okay, the link has been posted. Okay, something up with your email though. Okay, something up with it. Hold on, let me try again. Let me see. Man. Okay. Well, but it keeps coming back. Okay. All right, the link's in. Let's see who's in with me right now. Okay, Mia, you're here. Okay, great. The link did work. Okay, Mia, how you doing this evening?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right.
Okay, glad to
Never done
have
this
you.
before. Gotta have you
Okay,
too.
well, just relax, and we're just gonna talk about some of the topics, okay? And everybody knows, okay, guys. I like to have subscribers come on and really just live stream with me, and there'll be one other person coming on. Ed Harris the third will be here. So Mia, what do you think about this whole UFC 219 going down?
I'll tell you what. I'm very excited about it.
Okay. So what part is exciting you the most?
Well, I guess mainly the fights. I'm happy that Chris Cyborg versus Holm is happening. Although I'd rather it be Amanda, but she's kind of running at the moment, so can't really do anything about that.
Yeah, so you pretty much heard that, Amanda Nunes says, "Hey, I want the winner. I want the winner. I will beat them. I want the winner." That's what she said.
Did Amanda say that, or was that her team?
Well, you know, the article said it, but Amanda has she's kind of hinted about it before, but she's kind of said that, I really won't fight Cyborg, but I need a year to fight Cyborg. I mean, you remember she said that.
Yeah.
Um, she said she needs about a year to get ready for the weight differential. I mean, I've heard that. So, I mean, I don't know. Do you think Amanda and her team are sincere? Or do you think it's just bogus?
Well, we have to keep in mind that Amanda herself didn't say it. Like, Holm didn't directly call out Cyborg as more of a coach.
Yeah, it was Mike Winklejohn, huh?
Yeah. He basically just dug her a hole. I kind of feel bad for her in that sense.
Yeah, I don't think Holly was ever afraid to fight Cyborg. I don't think she was. I think maybe her team, had some concerns. I think maybe they did. And it's like, dang, okay. Well, now here's this opportunity to make these millions of dollars. So let's just go ahead and get it over with, you know? I mean, that's my thoughts on the whole thing.
Yeah, that would make sense. I don't know. I mean, we don't really know what Amanda's going to do until it just really happens. So everything's up in the air right now.
Well, I don't know what Amanda gonna do, but I think Amanda versus Cyborg, I think that's a much better matchup than Cyborg Home. I don't know. It just seems like Amanda is the tougher fighter, and she's more durable. Amanda can take the punishment. I don't know. I just don't think Holly Holm is gonna. I don't know. I don't think she can pull out. If she does, I'll give her credit because I know a lot of people saying, "Oh, coach, you're just hating on Holly Holm," and I'm just about just certain things, facts. Speaking some facts. I'm not trying to be mean.
I don't know. It seems like when I noticed in the Valentina fight, Amanda was kind of getting emotional whenever she was getting punched in the face.
Yeah, I don't think Amanda really wanted to tussle with Valentina. I think though I got to give Amanda her props though. She did it twice. The second time, I think Valentina, in my opinion, I think Valentina won the fight. Okay, I think she won, and I think Valentina did a good job. But it was a close fight. So if somebody want to argue and say, "Hey, you know what? I don't think Amanda won." Well, I'm not gonna argue with him. It was a close fight. And oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut anybody.
Oh, I can agree. I think the main thing was the stats when it said the significant stretches, mainly the leg ones that got me. They need to redefine significant because most of them don't really count. Like maybe one or two, like the one that opened up Valentina's leg, but most of them didn't really do anything.
Yeah, but Valentina did that kicking Amanda. I don't think that was realistic. I think Valentina did enough to win, but if you're a challenger and you're trying to fight for the title, you basically got to take it out the judges' hands. That's what I've learned watching MMA. Period. You got to get it away from the judges.
Yeah, it was a close fight, and I don't blame him because I was kind of falling asleep during that one too.
Okay, and we got my man Ed Harris the third here. Ed, what's going on tonight, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, I can hear you just fine.
Oh, what's up, man? Just chilling.
My main man, me and Ed, we love guns. We love our guns. I mean, we in the Carolina, so guns is a way of life around here.
Oh yeah, man, we love that. We gonna get together one day and do it up.
One of these days, man. One of these days when I'm not, running around. I got three more interviews next week. I gotta finish, man. It's a lot. But let's really get into this, man. I really want to get, really. Did you check out what Megan Anderson said on her YouTube channel today? Her and Laura Sanko.
Oh, I got
Yo,
a delay.
you got a delay. Okay. So let me ask you again. Did you check out what Laura Sanko and Megan Anderson said on Megan Anderson's YouTube channel?
No, I did not get to see that. What did they say?
Well, okay, basically they were both breaking down the fight, and you should have saw it was priceless, man. At about 28 minutes, and shout out that gave me the link. But at about 28 minutes, as soon as Laura Sanko brought up the fight, you can see Megan Anderson demeanor just changed. Like she was like, "Oh man, are you serious? We're gonna talk about this." And so Laura kind of got into it. Laura told some truth, and then Megan actually, you know what? I agree with some of the stuff that Megan said. Megan said that, look, um, she said Holly Holm is a good fighter. She said she's a great fighter. She said, but she's no match for Cyborg. She goes, Megan said, look, I'm big. I'm a big featherweight. I walk around heavier than Cyborg. I'm a big girl. I'm more durable. So Megan laid it out. So I'm like, okay. So Megan, no. And Megan was like, and then for all you people, all you extremes, I didn't duck Cyborg. I'm not pregnant. I don't have she said, I just got some real personal problems. So bag, it was something dealing with health. So now we know it's not a visa because, she confirmed it's not a visa, wasn't it? But it is something in her health that where she couldn't take this fight. That's what she said. But, she still said that it's nobody's business. Okay. And we don't need to know her personal business, and I'm like, well, why in the heck did you put it out there? So, I mean, I'll tell you, I'm going to ask both of you guys, what are you guys' thoughts on that? We'll start with you, Ed, and then we'll start with you, Mia. Okay, Ed,
There, I think. Can you hear me?
you now.
Yeah, I think that's crazy right there, man. Because there wasn't nothing wrong with that girl other than she got scared. I mean, if it's such a bad problem, she can go ahead and put it out there. I mean, she didn't have to like keep it under wraps all this time and say this and that. I mean, she talked a bunch of junk about Cyborg, and I just think she ducked her. Just to be honest.
Okay, Megan. I mean, I'm sorry. Dang it, Mia. Call her Megan.
I'm not sure. It didn't make sense. I mean, she's an Australian. She went to the fighter retreat, and then I think she was in Michigan or somewhere up north, which means she doesn't have visa problems. And then I really just think she talked junk to get into the UFC.
See, that's the same thing I said about the visa issue. She was just at Invicta. She was at Scottish Rite Temple, for the Invicta Championships. Then she went out to the UFC retreat. And come on, somebody can't have visa issues. I pointed all that out. It just, I don't think it's a truth. I think that, I kept saying that there's something with her health. And I pointed out, I thought maybe it might be a mental health deal, which, I don't make fun of those. And I take that stuff seriously. And if it is like a mental health thing that she got going on, she said it's something with her health. So, and she said she'll be clear, but she don't look like she's damaged physically. She looks like her body looks like it's in tip top shape. So, the only thing that I can think of that it may be a mental health problem. That's my honest opinion.
Oh wow, she ain't hurt, man. She's sitting on Twitter, Instagram, pictures at the beach every day, training and stuff, goofing off with her friends. I mean, that's some serious illness right there. I think it's called I'm scared as hell. That's what the illness is. But
Okay.
Why
I
would
don't know, man. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. If she said that she's got some kind of illness or whatever, I just don't see it. Uh, it's whatever. We'll know when she keeps when she stops posting. Oh, I'm coming back once every 2 weeks on Twitter and actually comes back and gets her butt in that octagon, and then maybe we can talk about Megan Anderson. Until then, she's just Big Bird running to me.
Okay, Mia.
I agree. It doesn't make sense. Why would you sign up for the UFC in the featherweight when you know Cyborg is going to be there? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Then there's practically nobody there.
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I'm not. I guess I could go with the mental health angle because if there are no physical signs of damage and she's not doing anything, then I kind of felt like she was she gave Cyborg some props and said she's tough, but then Cyborg can't do this, Cyborg won't do that. There's holes in the game. They say the same thing, but I just think that I just think that I don't know. I think that they're missing the boat here. And I think from the outside looking in, it's like, oh, okay, this looks easy. Yeah, this easy work. But I think when they get in there, I think they're gonna be shocked, and I think Holly Holm gonna be shocked because yeah, oh yeah, yeah. NSF TV, shout out to him. He said Cyborg's resume not good. So I'm gonna let you guys kind of speak on something, and then I will really break down some of the credible opponents that Cyborg had.
Oh, I could jump onto that, but I want to like go back to Megan for a minute. I mean, my own personal view too is she was sitting waiting around for Cyborg's contract to expire. There were a lot of things up in the air. Nobody knew what Cyborg was going to do in October when her contract ran out. I think she was just biding time, and then she find out that Cyborg's got this long new contract. Now she ain't got no damn choice but to get in there or get her butt cut, pretty much. But on the Cyborg's resume, as opposed to whose resume? I mean, Holmes got a good resume. Yeah, she did a lot of boxing matches, but to be honest, in UFC, she's fought a lot of the big names. She beat a no hands striker, Ronda. I mean, even Ronda put her hands on Holly a couple times, so you know Cyborg's going to lay a hand on her. But Cyborg has fought people like Jarena Bars, Marlos Conan, and Gina Carano. I would say that all three of those fighters more than likely would kick Ronda's ass. They probably would kick Holly's ass. I know Jarena Bars would kick Holly and Ronda's ass in the same night without any issues. And that's just the way I see that. Cyborg's got a good resume. It's because none of the top names want to fight her. You can't put that on her for not having a good resume. It's because none of these girls want to fight her. That's just the way that is.
Man, okay, that's just the way that is. Okay, all right, Mia, you're doing pretty good in here. You know, you're doing pretty good for your first time online in a live stream. So I appreciate you coming on. Ed Harris, I appreciate you being here, man. I really, really do appreciate it. So, what are your thoughts now, Megan? I keep calling you Megan. Mia, what are your thoughts now after hearing that?
Well, that's the thing about Cyborg's resume. Nobody really wants to fight her. There are good featherweights. Now, I am keeping in mind there's less heavier people the more up you go, which is why flyweight makes more sense than featherweight in the UFC right now. But other than that, like, either only desperate people or, well, let's mainly just say, like, the desperate people and maybe the semi-good people, like, actually come up. Well, I think Cyborg has fought credible opponents, it's just really hard for her to find them because, well, everybody's terrified of her.
Yeah, you know, and I'm gonna say this, you know, Holly Holm, you know, and I tell you that a female that can win 10 or more wins in MMA, like that's actually a feat in itself. But what makes Holly Holm, I guess, you know, special in this case is that she got 11 wins in MMA using no ground game. I mean, she's only using one part of MMA. I mean, that's actually astonishing. But that's going to come to an end, and you get these well-rounded opponents. You know, you get the Valentinas, you get the Jermaines, and then you get even Demisha Tate, who not very well-rounded, but she's defensively sound, and she has good lateral movement. She can move, and she was able to submit Holly Holm, and they got the best of Holly. So now, you know, we look at this whole thing where they're talking about, well, Cyborg's resume sucked. Well, I mean, you know, Marlos Conan is a Dutch national jiu-jitsu champion. Okay, they just don't give those out. Okay, all right, and then Marlos Conan actually got a bronze medal in the Abu Dhabi. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Abu Dhabi, but that's like, it's big, it's huge. Okay, it's similar to the Eddie Bravo Invitational, but it's just there are more intense opponents there. I mean, that Abu Dhabi is incredibly difficult. And you know, you get somebody who's a national Dutch jiu-jitsu champion, a bronze medalist in Abu Dhabi, and you know, these people don't want to give this woman the credit that this was a tough opponent for Chris Cyborg. And you know, with Gina Carano, you know, she's the first American female to ever hold a title in Muay Thai. And you know, Muay Thai fighters, they can strike, and if you got a world title, you know, you're a heck of a striker if that's the case, you know. So, and I ask people this all the time. Okay, people say, you know, there are people on Cyborg's resume that Holly Holm could defeat, but you know, okay, who's actually on Holly Holm resume that Cyborg that can beat Cyborg? That's what I want to know. You know, who's on that resume?
Nobody.
Okay, I mean, you know, Holly Holm, you know, her resume is good. She got a good bantamweight resume. She's had some good competition, you know, but now when we look at the knockouts, you know, well, who is she knocking out? Guys, if you really go and analyze her resume, she really hadn't knocked out any top level competition. She didn't knock out Reno. She didn't knock out Tate. She didn't knock out Durandame. She didn't knock out Shevchenko. Okay, like think about it. All the opponents that she knocked out, and guys, get this: the knockout rates of her opponents, you know, they got losing records. Well, her total knockout of all the people she knocked out, if you add up all their losses, they got more losses than wins. That's crazy.
Yeah, like was it Nikki Knuckles or something? Like that person looked like they just some mom they pulled out of Redbox.
What? Oh man, how they gonna explain that? Oh snap!
Holly has
That one
never knocked anybody out with a punch in MMA, to my knowledge. I have never even. I mean, she may have put Valentina on her butt, but Valentina was up before anything. I mean, if Holly can't knock you out with that kick or work you over for 4 rounds so you can't take it no more and maybe drop you, I don't see her knocking out Cyborg in any fashion.
She got a left hand. Holly does have a very sharp left hand, and if she can land it accurately, yeah, it's gonna hurt. But you know,
we're gonna eat that, man. She's gonna eat that and keep coming.
She's gonna eat it, chew it up, and spit it right back out. And shout out to the comment section. Mia working the comment section. That's when Mia, God dog, girl, you're a natural. You're a natural at this, man. And get some moderators in here. You know, I mean, we get big enough, get some moderators, and boom, there it is. But yeah, that's good. Okay, we got a lively comment section today, y'all, and everybody's engaged. So okay, how do you guys? And be honest, okay? Let me ask this question, okay? I'm gonna start off first. What does Cyborg need to do to win this fight? And then I'm gonna flip it back around and say, what do you guys think Holly Holm need to do to actually win this fight? So I'll start with you, Mia, and then Ed, I'll break it off to you.
Well, I think hers is really easily. I don't think she has to worry about the head kick too much. I mean, at most they'll just hurt really hard because Hector Main didn't even go down. So I just say mainly go into the corner. She can either strike her or go to the ground or clinch her. It doesn't really matter, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, she is really well-rounded, so.
What Cyborg has to do is do not get rattled by leg kicks and Holly's constant feints with her little kias. She needs to keep her pressure up, always keep that distance. She needs to be a little bit old school Cyborg and new school Cyborg at the same time. She needs to be aggressive with her. She just can't sit back and let Holly score points round after round after round, because that's what Holly's going to do. She needs to get in there and get in Holly's chest, because I don't think Holly's very comfortable when somebody's in on her chest. There have been a couple fights where I've seen Holly, you can really mess Holly up on the inside, especially since she's so predictable. She usually comes in with a 1-2-3 left kick combo for the most part, followed by some low push kicks. She'll set that up as she rotates around the octagon over and over and over again, sometimes waiting for counter punches, sometimes not. So Cyborg has to keep the pressure on her. She can't just sit back. She has to keep the pressure on her. And I believe once Cyborg touches her with that power, the whole fight's going to change. And think about it this way, if Cyborg can't get her standing up, she's going to take her to the ground. And that's my thing. I'm not really too worried about leg kicks, because Cyborg is actually known for catching those leg kicks and punching you straight in the face and putting you on your butt. So, well, it is what it is. We'll see. But those are her keys to victory in my eyes, is a little bit of old school Cyborg mixed with a little bit of new school Cyborg, style-wise.
Okay, now I'm going to answer this. Is a good question in the comment section about NSF TV. Shout out to NSF TV. Yeah, it was NSF TV that dropped me the link, man. So thank you. He says, do I think that Cyborg has gas tank issues? Every video I've watched breaking down the fight says she does. I think it's hard to say. Okay, I'll start off with the question and you guys can answer it, okay? I don't think Cyborg has gas tank issues, and I'm just going to say it why. Okay, whenever I bring up the name Jarena JoJo Bars, okay, people, they get in a rattle. You know, they just go crazy. Well, Coach, why are you bringing up her? Why are you bringing up JoJo Bars? And, you know, I'm going to explain it again. The reason why I'm bringing up Jarena JoJo Bars is that she, you know, Holly Holm is a kickboxer that fights in the octagon. That's just what it is, okay? She's done well, though. Holly Holm has done well to win 11 MMA bouts without using any ground game. I mean, that's really astonishing. But however, the point of it is that Jarena JoJo Bars is probably one of the best Muay Thai kickboxers in the world. And she's a lot heavier than Cyborg. And Cyborg went 5 rounds with her, did not gas out with Jarena Bars, okay? Didn't gas out. And it was a close fight. This was Cyborg's second Muay Thai bout ever. I mean, JoJo Bars had over 40 of those bouts. We know that Holly not going to try to take this fight to the ground. We know this, okay? So I can compare the two fights because that stylistically, that's how Holly Holm fights. She's a kickboxer. She fights within an octagon. That's just how it is. I think Cyborg is going to be able to go 5 and probably go 10 rounds. I've never seen her gas out. I've never seen her gas out. I just think there's people trying to, you know, downplay Chris Cyborg's accomplishment. I think that's what it is. That's just how it is. And okay, so you guys answer that, and then my man, the bottom line is in here, guys. And you know, everybody's being good. You know, everybody PG-13, but we got it. My man, the bottom line is here. Ed and Mia is here. So guys, Ed, Mia, you guys do it, and then the bottom line, you kind of answered, okay?
Ladies first.
What's going on?
About Cyborg's gas tank.
Oh, I think the main reason they're actually doing it is just because of promotion. If they honestly went out and said Holly really has basically no chance, nobody would really buy it.
Smart. Very smart.
Was we on the Cyborg gassing out, huh? I'll use Jarena Bars fight 2 as another example. Cyborg actually got stronger and more aggressive near the end of the fight. It seemed like she has this level where she does not burn up her energy earlier on in the fights. It depends on if she just goes out there and smashes somebody. She wants to end it quickly. I believe Cyborg could go 20 rounds. A little exaggeration, but I don't see any gassing out issue. If anything, she gets stronger as the fight progresses from what I've seen of her.
Okay. Saying T. Walden, the bottom line, guys. He's in the house.
What's going on, family?
What's up?
Chris Cyborg, to me, she's always been vicious, and it never really mattered with her opponents, not too much. Majority of the opponents that she stepped in front of, she was able to dismantle. So stamina really wasn't in the picture. It only came forth when she had one tough fight. Now, I don't think that should categorize her as a person with stamina issues. Certain people bring it out of you. You know, you even had, like, you look at it like in a case like this. I watched a fight 2 weekends ago with a young man. I can't remember his name. He had a flat top. He was fighting on the undercard, I believe, of Billy Joe Saunders versus David Lemieux. It's a young man, young prospect. And to compare the two, the young man fought with thunder. Every punch behind had emphasis behind it. And because he was in front of an opponent that probably, he probably got beat up in high school, chased home, he's used to getting punched upside his head. And because of cases and circumstances like that, you enable the opponent like, yeah, you're going to gas out. Because you're hitting that individual with everything that you have in the fish tank, everything that you got going, you're hitting them with everything. And there are certain opponents out here year to date that you're not going to go in the ring and be able to take out. That's when stamina plays a part. But when you understand that your opponent is like that before you get there, that's a different side of mind. You train differently. And sometimes it does come down to your training regimen. And I think Chris Cyborg would do well. Now, to get to the Holly Holm side of the ball, I'm going to talk about her too. She's not supposed to be where she's at. I mean, sitting on this hangout, we're talking about Holly Holmes. Holly Holmes not supposed to be here. She was supposed to be an opponent that Ronda Rousey crushed. And that's not what happened to her. She got her biggest piece of recognition throughout her career, year to date, due to what she put on Ronda Rousey, which was the ultimate embarrassment. They wanted to see Ronda Rousey get in a ring with a person that had a boxer-like style. And Holly Holmes took advantage of that opportunity, which pushed her to stardom here year to date, even with the loss that she had afterwards. To me, Chris Cyborg, I personally feel like she has the advantage because she's always possessed that dog in her that, look, you're not getting out of here type of mentality. And I will not penalize a fighter because they had one experience where they're dealing with stamina issues. It happens. It's the lifestyle of a fighter. You're not always going to calculate things on a right perspective in order to tear an opponent apart. Sometimes you get your measurements wrong. And when that happens, you're eating crow. And people are sitting out in the hangout having conversations like this.
Okay. So, I mean, now we gotta look at the differences. Ronda Rousey, Chris Cyborg, man, they polar opposites in the ring, in the octagon. They polar opposites. And, everybody can be beat. I got to agree with you, man. Everybody can get beat. And I'm giving Holly a very, very small chance to do it. It just, in MMA, I don't know, man, it's different. Like, you can do certain things, in a boxing ring. And Holly was able to manipulate Ronda because Ronda's back and forth. She don't have lateral movement. She's just straight ahead. And, Cyborg does multiple things well. Like, Ronda does one thing well. Cyborg does multiple things well. Cyborg has a lot of angles, man, that, we noted those Muay Thai strikers, they were taking angles at Holly. She couldn't handle them angles. And I don't care how many adjustments she tried to make, they kept making more adjustments. And, those guys didn't really have the power that Cyborg had, but, Cyborg is a master at splitting the guard. And I'm just thinking, man, what's going to happen when she eat one of them right hands? Like, what's really going to happen? And then I started looking at, when she fought Miesha Tate, and I'm like, okay, Holly Holm going to get Miesha Tate up out of here. But nah, Miesha Tate, actually, her defense is very underrated, man. She was catching those head kicks. I mean, she was slipping a lot of those punches. She was checking them leg kicks. And then, again, she was taking an angle at Holly Holm. So Holly Holm struggles with these fighters that are very defensive. They can take angles. And it's like she can't deal with it. And it's like she tried to pull the trigger, but she can't pull the trigger,
Absolutely.
And it's age, man. I think, too, the fact that she's 36, I just think that that's not working in her favor because, dude, her last fight against Bethe Correia, I mean, we could see the openings sitting right here watching. And I'm sure she saw the openings, but she didn't take them. Like, she could have got Bethe Correia out in the first round, man. And, I mean, I'm glad she took her time and, didn't get herself hurt. But, man, the old Holly Holm 2-3 years ago would have pieced up Bethe Correia. I mean, I'm talking about would have pieced up and got up out of there.
But what I want to add to this is this, Coach. I agree with everything that you said. You're absolutely right. For Holly Holmes, the striking attack to me is on point. But it's also like for Chris Cyborg, once she, you're looking at Holly Holmes, what's going to happen when Chris Cyborg gets her hands on you? Then what? And we stop the progress of this striking back and forth. And I get you to a position that is comfortable for me. You can call it closed curtains. You can cancel Christmas, however you want to present, your argument. But it's done after that. I see it on that level. But you're absolutely right between the difference of boxing and UFC. Fight could be over in seconds, quickly. You get grabbed up. You're in a position where you tapped out. You're in a position where you're so uncomfortable. You're done. Boxing can be that way too as well. You can get caught with a signature punch or what have you. But the difference is that I see in UFC is when you get beat in UFC, it's more psychologically damaging because of the way that you're taking punishment. I put it like that.
Okay.
And just for the simple fact that Chris Cyborg possesses the level of skill that she does, I didn't seen her go ahead and bulldoze other fighters, like humiliate them, make them look bad. I wouldn't want the same thing for Holly Holmes, based on how humble she is. I'm just talking about their characters outside of the ring. Just based on how humble she is, how respectful of an individual that she is, I wouldn't want to see her humiliated and beat down like that. And I think it's very possible.
Okay. Mia and Ed. Okay, you guys kind of have any thoughts on that?
Go ahead, Mia.
Oh, I just thought that, yeah, Holly is aging and she's been knocked out before. Although I do think she has a lot of pride and just like in general, since being old means old habits. Like, do you remember when she lost to Anne Sophie Mathis? She said she didn't listen to her corner, didn't stick to the game plan. Yeah, I'd say that was her pride. And old habits don't die hard, so for her to change anything, it would take a lot of time. And wrestling doesn't come up easily at all.
Okay. Ed made some good points.
Keys to victory for Holly. It's going to be a tough one. First key to victory for Holly is being able to take Cyborg's power. Second key is she needs to use those leg kicks. Cyborg has been wobbled several times by leg kicks in the fights I've seen as of late. Even Tanya Evinger got Cyborg off balance with a leg kick. She needs to work the legs. Also, Cyborg does not fight well going backwards. I've noticed Marlos Conan backed her up several times. With her back against the cage, she seems kind of not knowing. She knows what to do. It's just she just doesn't know what to do next. She seems kind of off of her game when her back is to the cage and she cannot flip that person over or spin them around into a dominant position. And also, this will probably never happen, but Cyborg does not fight well off of her back either. So as we saw that with Gina Carano, but Holly has to somehow sneak one of those kicks in there or pray for a miracle or either dance around the ring, collect points, and hope to survive for 25 minutes and hope the judges give her one. That's pretty much the only keys to victory I see for her in that aspect. We can go on to heart and stuff too. I mean, a lot of people don't understand about Cyborg's mentality in the ring. I mean, I've sit there and watched her change emotionally during fights and stuff, where that time when Marlos Conan popped her really good, Cyborg got pissed and like that's when she took it to her. Third round, first fight, just destroyed her. She was playing around basically the whole fight, little ground and pound. It's just that one moment, you know. So, but Holly has heart too. I mean, I could say she was punching in the air when Miesha Tate choked her out. She did not tap out. She didn't give up. I don't see either one of those women giving up. It's going to be a barn burner. It's going to be an exciting fight. I'm done. I can't wait.
It's going to be a good fight for as long as it lasts. Hey, okay, my guy down here, Andrew the Immortal one is in the house, and he says the level of fighters Cyborg Bulldoze are not on Holly's level. They are not seasoned boxers, nor are they seasoned strikers. It would be a grave mistake for Cyborg to impose her will. Andrew, I'm going to have to disagree with that. I think Gina Carano probably is a better striker than Holly Holm, because Holly Holm don't have those accolades. And I think we've already established the point that Holly Holm struggles against people with, kickboxing, Muay Thai, that they're very seasoned strikers. Gina Carano actually rocked Cyborg a few times, staggered her once, and Gina Carano fought a very stupid fight. I think Gina was there, and then again, I have to keep bringing up Jarena JoJo Bars. I gotta keep bringing that fight up because I have to establish the point that Holly is a kickboxer that fights within an octagon, because she does not consistently use the measures of MMA. Now, what are the measures of MMA? You have kicking, you have striking, you throw elbows. I mean, you have grappling. Some people hate judo. Some BJJ is a big thing in MMA. You have submissions. And Holly rarely uses any of those aspects of MMA. She only uses kicking and punching. That's her, and I seen her drop a couple of elbows here and there, but that's her modality, and she's been doing that, from her first fight to up to now, and in the heat of the moment, she throw out some of her training because they work ground game, they work on it, but it's like when it gets to a fight time, it's like she won't implement that stuff because she's not comfortable doing it. So when I have to tell you that, yeah, she's been in there with decent strikers. I mean, who is Ediane Gomez? Who is Vanessa Porto? Those are seasoned strikers. And see, when people really go and dissect Cyborg resume, and then you dissect Holly Holm resume, we got to say that Holly Holm, the people she knocked out, if you go add up the wins and losses, she knocked out people with losing records. If you total up and average that, the only people she can knock out are the ones with the losing records, with the exception of Ronda Rousey and Betch Kohel. But those are the outliers, okay? You have everybody else in that whole sentiment that they either got a 500 record or they're losing. That's Holly Holm. She's not going to knock out these high-level strikers. I mean, Miesha Tate wasn't even a high-level striker. She couldn't get her out of there. So,
can I add something in there, Coach, of the triangle effect? And just for the folks here, down to the subscribers and everybody here, you folks have more MMA knowledge than I do. I'm just here. I love to be in a coach's presence, whether he's going live here or we talking behind the scenes. And just to know that he's here, I just love to chop it up with the brother. So that's another reason why I'm here. But to add in the triangle effect, if I can add in a little bit of boxing for an example, Jermaine Taylor, Kelly Pavlik, and Bernard Hopkins, they all lost to one another. If you look at the grand scheme of things from start to finish, okay, Jermaine Taylor fought Kelly Pavlik, got knocked out, all right? Excuse me, not even start from there. Before that, Jermaine Taylor fought Bernard Hopkins. Mm-hmm. He stopped Bernard Hopkins, was one of the first people to do it in years. He got in there with Kelly. Kelly knocked him out. Kelly got in the ring with Bernard Hopkins and got outboxed all 12 rounds. It happens. It goes back to styles make fights. If you want to go older than that, you look at the triangle of Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, and Big George. Okay, Muhammad Ali was able to stop Big George. Okay, Big George knocked Joe Frazier out. George Foreman and not George Foreman, Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali were able to have one of the most best trilogies in the history of the sport of boxing. And it goes back to the round table of styles make fights. So when you getting in there, no matter what combat sport it is, styles do make fights. There have been times for all of us where we have looked at opponents and we've underestimated folks based on what their past history presents to the table. But that does not mean that that's what's going to define what happens that night. It determines your will, your mindset of that night, and if you're a person that is not going to take no for an answer. And if you come in there with your heart set like that, then chances are you will be successful. Not only that, to be well attentive and to pay attention to some of the things that you don't look at on a regular basis. I agree that some people are lucky. They just get lucky. George Foreman was lucky knocking out Moore at the age of 40-something when he was an old man. He was lucky, okay? I would say that was luck because he was getting his behind whooped the whole fight. But in certain cases, people are prepared and they're not willing to take no for an answer. And the same fuel that we put against them and say, you know what, you're going to get your behind whooped is ammunition for them to stay sharp and positive and to make sure that they come out of that octagon or a boxing ring with a win.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, man. The triangle theory, it's not like one of those theories that, it don't work in boxing. So a lot of times it don't work in MMA. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use, Rose Namajunas, for example, and we use that and we'll just say, okay, if you don't know who they are, okay, right. Joanna is more like the kickboxer style, right? Mm-hmm. Rose Namajunas is a more complete fighter. Although, right. Joanna managed to win 14 wins in MMA with no ground game. I mean, that's staggering. Right. But, she was picked, and Rose got 3 losses. But Rose had been doing high level training. So first, when I look at these fights, I look at the training. Okay, Rose had been training for 22 weeks against strikers that's, 10 times better than what Joanna was. So she had already seen the style. Well, it's kind of similar to the same thing, Like I think Chris Cyborg is a person that can make these corrections, and she's seen Holly Holm's style before. She's seen it twice in her whole career, and she's seen the boxing style. She's seen the kickboxing style. All kickboxers and Muay Thai fighters, they're not the same.
Right.
But on that level, when you're getting those ones that are very high level strikers that can do more than the person that you got to fight, then it puts it puts you at an advantage. And I think in her Muay Thai career, she faced better Muay Thai competition. And
can I ask you a question, Coach?
Go right ahead.
And this is for everybody on the panel. Do you feel like Holly Holmes is tailor made for Chris Cyborg? Meaning, do you feel like this is easy pickings for Chris Cyborg against Holly Holmes?
Yeah, I think she's too old, man. I think it's the age, man. I think she's old, and she don't move like the same Holly Holm. That age thing matters, man.
I agree.
I only jump into like will and determination. I think Cyborg has a lot to still prove because she is constantly, I know this for a fact, constantly hounded by haters. I fight these guys all day long. I am like the anti-troll troll. On I send pictures of the stuff I'm doing all day long. These people are calling her a man. There's steroids references. She even went on Twitter tonight and it wasn't her, it was probably Ray, saying something about bullying and stuff like that and she requoted somebody's tweet to somebody, oh, well, she's just a man and they're fighting a woman. That stuff I believe that stuff gets to her. And whenever she gets into that octagon with these people after all this bombardment of the accusations and she's a man, the steroids, she's ugly, this and that, I believe she takes that out on every girl that she gets in there with. But now she's at the big dance. She's at the big show. So she's going to hold on to that forever. She's already said she's going to fight to the death. But I'm just saying all that mental anguish that woman goes on a daily basis, I see it every day. She takes that into that octagon, and you're going to see some damage happen. She's got a chip on her shoulder. It may not show to a lot of people, but she definitely gets bombarded with so much that I believe that her willpower to just destroy these people that are in front of her is overwhelming.
And I'm gonna be honest, man. Do you know how many like death threats I done had because I choose to be a fan of Cyborg? Like literally, how many death threats and people talking about they finna do this and do that, and it's crazy how much people dislike this woman. And to be honest, she made a mistake. She made a mistake. She did use steroids back in the day, but you got Chael Sonnen, who is notorious for steroid use.
Who wasn't on steroids back in the day? I
mean, it's like, okay, everybody was on steroids. I mean, so many people use steroids, but we just want to point out Chris Cyborg. I wonder why. And Amanda Nunes, whose body don't even look like she's on any type of performance or anything, they still trying to associate Amanda Nunes with steroid use, which, I'm trying to figure out, what does this come in? Amanda Nunes don't have the muscle mass of a Holly Holm. Amanda Nunes not as big as Cyborg, but they still trying to, say, hey, all these Brazilians, they're using these steroids and, that's just what it is, But, yeah, man, people really hate Cyborg enough. Like, honestly, I think if Chris was walking somewhere, I think somebody would get enough nerve to even come up and try to, attack her. But, they probably get hurt trying to do that. Or, I'm serious. But that's how much people hate. And it's like, so many comments I get that you can't see. Like the troll problem got to the point, man, them guys, well, I control the trolls. I control all of them. And their comments can't get through unless I say they do. But, I say in this last month there, and I can count them, I can look at them right now. Okay. Filtered comments. I got 138 filtered comments. Okay. 138. Now, of those 138, and I broke this down, of this 138, 93 of those are racial. Okay, 93 are racial, and out of that 138, at least 25 of those are talking about her being a man. And and I always ask the question, okay, hey, well, if Cyborg is a man, did Cyborg, pull down her pants? Did she show you, what she has under there? How you gonna explain that? That's what I ask people.
And what it comes down to is this, Coach. A lot of these trolls, they're comfortable behind their computer. Some of these are your neighbors, the person you see across the street, your coworkers, or what have you. But they feel more comfortable in front of the computer to be disrespectful or to say off the wall BS to you because that's their comfort zone. Now they can morph into someone else that they wish they really could be on a day-to-day basis. I'm not saying it's appropriate at all. But what I am saying when it comes down to these individuals, a lot of them are just not comfortable in their day-to-day life. And a good deal of them that speak racial like this on a regular basis, they have a lot of personal fears. They fear rather their population as a whole, the finish of their whole population. I'm trying to use the correct term, but I want to keep flowing on as I'm going. But just the fact that they may not be around the next 50 years. I'm going to put the stamp on it like that. And because of that, and the fact that they couldn't look you, me, or anybody else that shares our nationality in the eye and say some of this stuff, when they get in front of their computer, they're home, they're relaxed, and they figure they'll never be thought out. Nobody will ever know who I am. So now I can say all of this vicious, nasty garbage and get away with it. You know what it is, Coach.
We all know
what it is. They can't hide, and they can't hide. We proved it. You trust me. Trust me. In LDBC, we get that all the time, so they can't hide. But okay,
Absolutely.
so what we're really trying to get at here is so basically Chris Cyborg, she's not going. Let me bring up another topic. She's not going to get her just due. And then after we talk about Chris Cyborg, then we'll talk about Cavillo, and we'll talk about some of the other fights on that card. If she beats Holly Holm, do you guys think that she's going to get her just due? If she defeats Holly?
I think she will. Half and half. I believe Dana's looking at her as something he can market now as the baddest woman on the planet. When I hear it from his big bald head mouth, as Coach would say, she's going to get her due to the hardcores. But to the casual, she's still just going to be a steroid user. She's still just going to be a man or whatever they want to label her, this or that. But if she really wants her due and they put all the BS aside and get her in there with Amanda Nunes, that's going to be the biggest fight in the history of WMMA and more than likely one of the top 10 of all MMA. I'd say in the top 5 maybe. Because that right there would actually be history, champ versus champ for women. That'd be very significant. And then Cyborg would be able to take place in 2 historical women's events, like her fight with Gina Carano, the first women's main event, the first one on pay-per-view or whatever. I mean, if they don't give that woman her credit then I don't know what to say. But I believe she'll get her just due. She's earned it. I don't care about the steroids or whatever. She ain't on it now. I'm sure UFC has DNA tests, so they know that women are actually fighting in the women's division. So all the man haters are debunked. I just believe she's going to get her shot, and she's already pound for pound the best female fighter ever in MMA right now. And a lot of people's opinions. A lot of real fans, not the haters.
Okay, Mia.
I think in the case of Cyborg and haters, I can't deny that Cyborg will always be haunted for the rest of her life for steroid use. Just like the guy who was he who beat Usain Bolt in the sprinting, I don't remember, but he will always be haunted too. He may be clean now, but it just won't go away whatsoever. So many people don't realize that she's actually extremely technical and really good, and I'm impressed by it. It's just, it will always haunt her.
Talking about Justin Gatlin. Yeah. Okay, I remember. Yeah.
I agree with her, with Mia. You know, it's that as far as with the steroid case, it's never going to go away. That will be the excuse for some of these trolls' hatred to flow on. But I also agree with my brother that came on first. Having the support of Dana White will push this. This is the angle in the direction that he should have went in the first place before he did that funny business with Ronda Rousey. This is where he should have went at in the first place. You know, Chris Cyborg is like, I know that name for years because she's been a monster destroying fighters. I mean, just destroying them, embarrassing these fighters. If he would have stayed on that angle for years, women's MMA would be huge at this point. Let's say it's not big right now due to the work that you put in, Coach. But for the fact that she was ignored and kind of tried to be pushed to the back, like, you know, last week's leftovers or some old collard greens in the back of the refrigerator, and now they want to refurbish her and bring her back out here for this Holly Holmes fight because now he has come to his senses about what type of talent he has here. I'm almost for sure, 1,000% sure, she wouldn't have popped dirty because she would have had the proper opposition in front of her on a regular basis, in front of that camera on a regular basis, receiving the proper revenue for her services on a regular basis, that she wouldn't have felt into that hole where she felt like, okay, I need this whatever substance in order for me to stay focused. You know, the facts are this. With these fighters, when we come on here taking a dump on these fighters and being harsh on them because they haven't done something that we don't favor or they won't fight this person, these fighters listen, they understand, they have feelings just like me and you do, and they break down, man. They break down. And I'm just happy for her at this point that she does get this opportunity and that Dana White has put a little bit of his ego to the side in order to give this young lady, finally, Chris Cyborg, some credit. Because it's disgusting. Even Holly Holmes didn't properly get her just due because she beat down the so-called darling star of Dana White within Ronda Rousey.
Santee, do you remember, man? Do you remember? I don't know. You probably do, man. I know the LDBC. I know for an entire week. I know for an entire week we called ESPN. I know I did. I know the one LVZ who he ain't really into MMA. He did.
Right.
Town business. We called ESPN. We called them for an entire week, and we were blowing up their phone lines. We gave the phone numbers out online, and we were in defense of Holly Holm, basically saying, "Hey, you know what? Why you guys don't have on the show? Because she just knocked out Ronda. How come y'all don't have on there now?"
And finally,
what's the deal with y'all?
A week later, they put her on First Take. I remember all of it. It was completely disgusting. They wanted to sweep her underneath the rug. They didn't want to give her no credit whatsoever, and they treated her very harshly, very harsh. He even tried to take.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Dana White. Well, I mean by he even tried to go on a radio station and take a dump on this woman. You know, it's like, look, why should this woman be penalized and thrown through the fire because she won? All right, she beat down your hype job. That's your fault for putting that in front of the public and telling it that this is the best thing since sliced bread when you know it's not. And you tested the waters and you were wrong. And instead of apologizing and giving that woman true praise and treating her like a champion, they took a dump all over Holly Holm, and I will never forget that.
Well, they kept putting people in there, you know, that they just kept putting in there like, oh, okay, well, you know, I think Holly got a chance. But, you know, when they was fighting Miesha Tate,
right.
Dana White was all on Miesha Tate helmet. Like he was all on Miesha Tate helmet, you know, and he was happy. And, you know, and you see how happy he looked when he had to put that belt or when the belt gave up or they asked him about the fight and he was trying to play it off like, oh, yeah. Holly will bounce back. She'll bounce back. But, you know, deep down inside of him, it was kind of like, okay, good. You know, he was happy when Miesha got that belt. He was very happy.
He's a scumbag, man.
When Miesha lost to Amanda, he was, man, this guy, ever since Amanda Nunes done had that belt, I mean, dude he done did whatever, and everybody mad at her about the sinusitis.
Right.
I believe the sinusitis. But Amanda, she cut herself in the foot because she was saying, well, yeah, I fought with this before. See, then I was kind of like, okay, all right, so wait a minute now. It looked like you don't want to fight this girl, but nonetheless, she fought anyway. She fought her twice. And
Right.
Dana just, I don't know, man. He says a lot of crazy stuff, man, to Amanda Nunes, and then like Cyborg, they're allowed to be bullied, man, and he don't check that stuff, man. It's a lot of stuff that Dana White really lets go when it comes to these fighters. Amanda Nunes, Cyborg, like he just, it's open season, man. You can call him everything but a child of God, and you're gonna get away with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
There's not enough room and there's not enough space in UFC for Dana White's ego in any of these fighters out here. Even now, even with Chris Cyborg getting the opportunity now, it's got to be stamped by him that she's worth something. Never mind your eyes and how much you've seen her thrash opponents and beat the wheels off of opponents. It has to be stamped by him in order for her to be somebody. I don't appreciate that, man. Even down with Connor, okay? He's got to be in the middle of the money with him and Floyd. Now, I understand he's signed to them. But why does your face and your bald head and you smiling got to be in a part of all this business and everything else? We got to see your ego. Get this guy away.
Okay, Mia. Mia, hey, are you still with us there? Let me see.
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, you was trying to interject something.
Yeah, I don't know how much heart Dana White does have. He obviously has one of their images, but I remember in the embedded that they actually put Ariel on there. I was kind of surprised because I remember Dana blocking him from the Maymac fight. I was just kind of surprised. I mean, doesn't he own like only 10% of the company? I know he's the president, but last time I checked, most of it's owned by WME. So I'm not really sure how much he does have, but you can definitely see the bias in the UFC.
Yeah, you can see you can see it when it comes to him. Like, he definitely biased. He got people he love and he got people he hate, and that's how he always been. But I think as of late, like, what he did to Holly Holm in the past, that was criminal. What he did to her, and then the way he treating, Woodley, the way he treating Mighty Mouse, the way he treating Nunes, the way he treating Randa Marcos. I mean, the way they're treating these particular fighters, and I'm trying to think, well, what do they all have in common? I mean, what do they really all have in common? They don't really kiss Dana's butt except for Amanda Nunes. And Amanda Nunes was sitting there bigging up on him, and I'm like, I made a video. I'm like, why are you big up on this dude? I said, as soon as you cross him, he gonna just say all kind of crap about you. That's what he do now, And see, she should have took a blueprint, from Randa Marcos. I mean, he crossed her. She was like, no, I'm not dealing with that. You're not gonna talk to me anyway. You're not gonna do this, and they're not intimidated by Dana. They don't get intimidated. But it's just certain ones, man, and I call them down the no love list. And with Chris Cyborg being the queen of the no love list, Maureen Renault being the princess, who finally, they're giving her a credible opponent in Tanya Evinger. And I asked, we need to talk about that fight. But Dana is really, I don't know, man. I don't know if he getting senile or he in his right mind, but that darn bald head, man. It's like, he lost his hair, he losing his sense. And now I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know what else wrong with this dude.
He knows what he's doing, man. He's a businessman. He holds grudges, though. But just think about this: as much as he hates Nunes, he wanted to put her in there at Cyborg, so she retires her ass. That's what he really wants. Sorry for the cuss words, but that's what he wants. He sees dollar signs and he sees Nunes getting up out of there. That's what he sees. But, hey, man, there are a lot of women's fights up on the horizon for 2018. This is looking good. I'm talking Jessica Andrade and Tecia Torres. Are you kidding me? That's going to be stupid right there.
Let's talk about that.
That's going to be good.
What happened?
And Santi, I'm going to get you
What
in on
happened to Carolina? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Mia. Go ahead.
What happened to the Carolina fight? I thought they announced it versus Jessica, and then they changed it to Tecia. I still want to see it, but Carolina called her out. I think they should have done with that fight.
I don't know, man. Jessica Andrade, she was looking good, man. She beat the crap out of Claudia Gadelha. I mean, I even made a meme today about, look at these two Brazilians. They beat the crap out of each other, and I sent it to both Nunes and Cyborg. I mean, just to make sure you see that two Brazilians don't care about getting in there and beating. They beat the crap. That was a good fight. But Andrade, she beat the crap out of Claudia. That was brutal.
Okay, hey, hold on, guy. My man, Ouch, he's in the comments section. He said that Carolina has a viral infection, so he probably would know. So he said she got a viral infection, man. Okay. Well, here's my thing with that too. You know, I think Tisha Torres, I think she deserved a title shot. Okay, I think she did, and I think she's done enough. You know, she's only lost once. I mean, I think she deserved a title shot, man. But you know, I think they're gonna make these women work for that next title shot. Because, you know, I know don't nobody want to see Jessica fight for that title again. The way Jessica got pieced up. Jessica got beat up bad in that title shot. And, you know, I'm thinking there needs to be a new face fighting for that title. It just do, you know? And if I see Jessica again, you know, okay, what's going to happen when she get in there with Rose Namajunas? I mean, okay, I think Rose got that solution. Rose got the solution for everybody right now. Until somebody, you know, faster and stronger come along, I don't think Rose losing that belt.
As long as Rose is training with the Shevchenkos, she ain't losing that belt no time soon.
No, sir.
Nope.
All right, Mia, you got it.
I don't know. I mean, we know Rose does really well on the outside, and we know that training with the Shevchenkos really does help, but I'm just a little worried, like, on the inside. Like, she doesn't do so well on the inside, and Carolina and Jessica are really dangerous on the inside.
Okay. Now, Santee, I'm going to catch you up real quick in about 30 seconds, man. So, basically, Carolina Kovacevic is from Poland. Jessica Andrade, they're Brazilians. And they were actually supposed to fight each other, and Carolina got sick. And Rose Namajunas is the strawweight champion right now. She actually beat Joanna Jędrzejczyk, probably the easiest fight of her career, where me and a lot of people thought that Joanna Jędrzejczyk was actually going to win that fight. So that's the whole scenario, you know. And I know you probably seen, I've talked about Rose a few times in videos, and you know, I even said Rose got a chance to win the fight, like, and people, oh man, no. And then I just said, well, I'm gonna go with Joanna because Joanna, you know, got the fight championship experience, and she's been there before. But man, Joanna got murked, as Keith Thurman would say. She got murked. So I mean, what are your thoughts, man, on, you know, like how they need to pick fights, you know, for the champion?
They need an actual ranking system, not this hand-picked crap. Maybe they should start doing a tournament bracket. Take the top 10, put them in a tournament every 6 months or whatever, determine a real number one contender from that tournament, put them in there with the champion.
I agree.
Hand-picked crap. Enough of this, I'm going to talk this junk here, this junk there, get this fight, this money fight here. Forget all that. You got people getting title shots that don't deserve it, and champions ducking people left and right. Just set up a tournament. You win, you get your title shot. Simple as that.
I completely agree with everything that he said. The tournament is good. You constantly hear people bring up, at least to boxing fans, about the super middleweight tournament, the one that Andre Ward fought in when he was a young fighter. Well, what that did with the elimination of Butte, because he wasn't a part of that, Lucas Butte. But what it did was it took everybody that was supposed to be someone, and it bunched them all up in one circle and gave everybody the opportunity to compete and to be successful, you know? And the best man won, despite what his record was, which at that time, I believe Andre Ward started that tournament and he only had 16 fights starting off, and he won the tournament. So that to me, that says a lot for wherever you're at. That's making sure nobody gets skipped, no one is ducked, and you're not running from anyone that you're supposed to be fighting. And if you capture a belt, or if you're in a position to get a title shot, you belong there.
I'm not totally on board with the tournament system, though. I mean, I like it. I'm just saying I don't really think it's completely plausible because there's things that happen that are totally out of our control, like people getting injured, people getting sick. I agree it should be from a third-party perspective and all. I just don't see it exactly panning out.
Well, let me ask you this. Can I ask you this, Mia?
Sure.
I want to ask you this. Providing nobody gets injured and no one gets sick and everybody can stay healthy, which is a hard thing to do. I do agree with that. Would you still be down for it? Would you still look at it as it's a great idea?
I would. We don't live in a perfect world, and I'd love that to happen. Just nothing goes the way we planned in life.
Absolutely. I agree. Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay, guys, we got a lot of people in the comment section. I see Tay Brown. You got Holly Joke, Joanna Tapp. God, dog, this dude, he gonna dedicate his life, boy, to making them two regret they lost. You got NSF TV. You got who is this? Jesse Bell Hill. I'm not familiar with. I think I've seen you a few times in a stream. We got Brian Jensen in there, boy. Brian Jensen, they work in the comment section. Mia been working in the comment section. Man, hey, I appreciate it, man. Y'all, hey, this really is a good live stream panel, y'all. It's good. I appreciate y'all coming on. You know, and then I just saw Black Reality TV just come into the room. Definitely another LDBC brother, Joe Johnson. Okay, guys. So what we'll do? Let's do this. Okay, we'll keep up with the comment section. If you guys got a specific question, then we can kind of talk on it. But I'll go into what needs to happen next, you know, for these fighters. We'll start out with let's talk about Cavillo and Esparza. Okay, so I want to know, like, who do you guys have? You know, who's gonna win in Cavillo versus Esparza? Santi Cavillo is a she's on the rise. Okay, she's on the rise. I think she's a 7-0. Don't quote me. I think Brian Jensen will tell me if I'm wrong. But I think she's 7-0. Definitely her last two wins were you know, well, one she won a decision with this woman named JoJo Calderwood, and then she submitted Amanda Bobby Cooper. She submitted Pearl Gonzalez in a tough fight.
Right.
So, you know, that's, you know, she's fighting Carla Esparza, who used to be the UFC champion at strawweight. And she got beat by Joanna Jacek, the girl that got knocked out by Rose Namajunas. So I hope I ain't trying to confuse you too much, but I'm going to start with Ed and Mia. And then you just come in last, Santi. Okay. Who do you guys have for Cavillo and Esparza?
I had Cynthia. Cynthia is going to break that Cookie Monster down. Cynthia all day. She's gonna win. That's my prediction.
Okay, so you got to kind of tell me what is Cynthia or who? Okay, so what are they gonna do to win the fight? Like, what technical stuff are they gonna do? I'm a technician.
Cookie Monster ain't looked good really in a while. I mean, not to my eyes. I think Cynthia's a bigger woman. She looked bigger today during the walkout stare downs. I just think that she's just going to be overwhelmed. I never thought Cookie Monster was that good to begin with. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. But
God, dog, man, you so dang mean, man.
I'm not mean. I'm just a fight fan. I'm just saying. I just think Cynthia's she's gonna mess her up. I mean, that's just my theory on it.
Okay, Mia.
I don't know. I haven't been watching them recently, although keeping in mind the opponents. I think Cookie Monster has fought more opponents, but in that she took Joanne Calderon in short notice fight and won is amazing. But winning against ABC isn't that big of a deal, if you ask me. I mean, yeah, it's in the UFC, but she's not that great of a fighter. And we know that Cookie Monster it's just basically a grappler. I mean, that's what she gets made fun of when she fought Joanna. I thought that was really funny, the TKO at the end.
I'm trying to hold it in, guys. I'm trying to hold it in. So Mia, you sitting there? So you sat back laughing at the Cookie Monster, you know, because she got it handed to her by Joanna and Jacek. What you mean too?
I am. I just don't at the same time want to sleep on her because while she's pretty one-dimensional, you can't deny that her wrestling is effective. So I'd want Cynthia to win. I just haven't watched most of them right now to make a statement. So I'll just say I want Cynthia to win.
Okay. I'm going for Cynthia Cavillo. Like I think that Cavillo, well, not even going for it, but I actually think she would win. And even if I like the fighter, I would tell you if I think they lose. I would tell you that in a minute. Um, but I think Cynthia Cavillo is going to win based upon her striking is better. And Carla can wrestle, but Cynthia Cavillo, she's very nasty and dangerous on the ground. She's extremely dangerous, and she's aggressive. I mean, have you guys noticed how really aggressive she is when she's on the ground? On the ground, and she's not just keeping them on the ground. She's punishing them. She putting them in submission attempts all the time, and most of the time when she sink a submission in on you, that thing, I mean, it's gold. Like her BJJ skills, I'm very impressed by it. And see, I always say that a very good practical BJJ person can defeat a wrestler, because the wrestlers, they're not comfortable on their back. But see, a BJJ person with a good guard, they comfortable, and they'll put you in their guard, and they can do damage to their guard. Like, for example, Marion Renaud, she got one of the best guards in women's MMA. That's it's my humble opinion. But I think Cavillo really is going to. I think she's going to try to make Carla Esparza. She's going to turn Carla into a stand-up fighter, because Carla can't deal with this girl on the ground. Cavillo is strong, and she got that I don't give a F attitude. I don't know. But it's going to be a good fight, though, and both of them are going to make weight. So that's good.
I don't think Cookie Monster likes to get hit much, from what I've seen. When she takes a couple hits, I think it just throws her off her whole game. To be honest, I don't mean to be mean, Coach, but I've never quite been impressed with her performances in the octagon.
I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing. I got a sense of humor, man. I got.
know.
Okay.
I got you. Well, what you need to talk about there is Evander and Renaud. That's gonna be an interesting fight. Like that's gonna be good right there. I mean, this is Tanya Evander's chance to kind of redeem herself. Well, I don't even think of it as being redeemed. I mean, she went in there and she took Cyborg's best punches. I mean, she took a beating in there. It wasn't a typical Cyborg million punch beating, but she took a pretty good beating up in there, and she stood with it. Most of them girls would have dropped after 2 rounds of that. But Tanya Evans is tough, man. She is a tough woman. Seriously.
Yeah. Tanya's funny, man. I interviewed her, and actually, man, I think she'd do back on the show again. I interviewed Tanya, and she crazy, man. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you why I like Tanya and why I was infuriated when she had to take the fight. And this is me, I'm a big fan of Tanya, and I hate the fact that she had to fight Cyborg to be, in my opinion, to be initiated into the UFC. Like she had to save the show, because what Tanya did, Cyborg wouldn't have had a fighter, and she wouldn't have had a fight if Tanya Evander wouldn't have accepted the fight, because Megan Anderson, for whatever her personal reason is, she turned it down. Okay, so we I don't even want to speculate what it is, because we know that Megan didn't want to work right then. But Tanya is a different kind of fighter. She fights with all heart. And she comes in and just when you think you got a beat, she finds a way to win. She don't move like her lateral movement. Tanya don't do a lot of things right, but man, when she's on the ground,
she's unorthodox.
That's when she's like a fish in the water, man. She's very unpredictable. When she's on the ground, just swimming in water. And how you think Cyborg wouldn't go to the ground with her? And and when she fought Yana Kunaskana, and I messed the girl name up, but when she fought Yana, I'm like, Yana is an idiot, because Yana can strike, she's strong, insisting on going to the ground against Evander, and she got her butt submitted. That's what happened. Tanya can do a lot of things.
Hell,
she can do a lot of things.
Tanya went rolling around on the ground with Battle Cat. And whooped her ass. And Battle Cat choked the hell out of Megan Anderson. So there you have it. I mean, Tanya's a good fighter. A lot of people kind of doubted her and whatnot and downed her because the way she got beaten. I mean, but it's Cyborg we're talking about. You know, if she'd went in there her first fight against Betch Correia or somebody like that, you know, she probably would have picked up a good, decent win and got in there. But you're right about the fact that she was Invicta all that time. What was she on, like a 10-win streak and the bantamweight champion? She should be the number one contender in UFC right now. Not fighting Marion Renault in the lower bracket of the top 10, you know?
You know, and it's not, you know, it's like this, man. It's like, okay, it's kind of like her Invicta, you know, career means nothing, you know, to the UFC and fans, because when it comes into perspective, when she's fighting Cyborg, oh, okay, well, that's just somebody that Cyborg cherry picked, or, you know, which, you know, that don't make sense. You know, I'm telling you some of the stuff I've heard that don't make sense, because the UFC, you can't cherry pick. You fight who you have to fight, okay? You fight who you have to fight. That's just how it is, okay? And that's just the way that is. All right, super chat, Joe Johnson. Jojo Johnson, Jojo Johnson, Jojo Johnson, Jojo Johnson gave to the super chat. Thank you, Joe Johnson. But, you know, that's my opinion. I think Tanya, you know, definitely is an asset to the UFC. They should have got in a long time. But Tanya told me, you know, coach, I'm not kissing anybody's behind. That's what she told me straight up. And she was not going to kiss Dana's behind, and she spoke her mind. And unfortunately, when you speak your mind about the UFC or Dana White, then you get blackballed. And Tanya Evinger was blackballed for years, okay? Years at a time. And but
well,
hopefully,
she was blackballed long after the Cyborg fight. She's been on Twitter daily asking, when can I fight? I've seen her several times. Who am I fighting? When commenters asking her when she's fighting again. She don't know. She don't know.
And she don't know. She really don't know. I mean, if she telling you that, Tanya, take her word for it, is gold. If she don't know, she don't know. Now, you know, I guess, you know, with Marion right now, I guess let me get the rest of y'all picks. Mia, who you think winning the fight between Tanya and Marion?
I don't know. I haven't paid that much attention to them to know about like their fighting and their skills. I don't know. I think Marion is getting old, let's be honest there. And then I kind of feel bad about this right now. I mean, I like them both, and you know that whoever wins the Propel will go up or down in the rankings. So it's just kind of like one of the fights I want to see, but at the same time I don't.
Okay. This is a fight I want to see. First, you know, I'm a big Marion Renault fan, extremely big fan. And so I got Marion in this fight. You know, and other people say, oh, coach, no, if Tanya get into the ground, it's over. It might be. I think it's a 50-50 fight. Okay, I think it's 50-50. I think, you know, Marion Renault now she's a black belt in BJJ, so that means that she can roll on the ground with Tanya Evinger. She's qualified. And I think that she can really get, you know, I think Marion has some advantages. First of all, she's strong. She's extremely fast on her feet. She's athletic. She's agile. And she got a lot of heart. She's never been finished. She's never been submitted. So you take somebody, now if you take away Tanya Evinger's ability to be submitted, okay, well, now what do you force her to do? You just force her to try to ground and pound you, or just do successive submission attempts. But the submission attempts don't work on Marion. They don't work. And when people have tried to submit Marion, she get out of it. Like, her BJJ skills are on point, you know. And Marion and her husband, Bad Boy Perez, they're gonna be on the show again here. They're gonna come on in January, and I'm gonna go ahead and confirm it with her. But you know, she said she'll come on at any time. But you know, I think Marion got this thing. I think she can do it. But either way, whoever wins, I'm not gonna be upset, because I'm a big Evinger fan. And Evinger, man, Tanya Evinger, even after we got done interviewing, man, Tanya had me laughing. Like, Tanya had me laughing so hard. I ain't gonna even lie, man. I couldn't breathe, man. That's how bad Tanya Evinger had me rolling. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, guys. Amazing Eric is in the broadcast. Amazing Eric has entered the building. This man has, you know, disappeared from life itself. I have tried to, you know, check him, try to find him. I couldn't find Eric. I thought Eric was, you know, he said he went, you know, with his family. I think Eric was kidnapped, and now he's back. He got away somehow. I don't know how he did it. Eric, we would love your presence, okay, to come into the chat room. I sent you the link. Ed Harris III has burped into the microphone. So
I'm sorry.
And that's fine, Ed. You know, hey, I love it, man. It's good stuff, man. That was a good burp. You did well. Amazing Eric, the link has been sent. and Eric will definitely drop some more questions and kind of give us a different way to think. Yeah, but it is what it is. This is gonna be a good fight. I don't know. So yeah, man, that's it's good. So now, okay, let's move over and let's talk about Rising. Okay, let's talk about some of the fights on the actual fight card versus. I don't want to spend the whole time talking about Gabi Garcia and
Hold on,
her
coach.
missing weight.
Have they canceled that fight, or are they going through with it? The crazy suits
I
at
think
Rising.
they've canceled the fight. I think I've been reading in articles that they've canceled it. They've canceled the freak show.
Can I tell you what I really think about it? I mean, Gabby went on to Twitter, all emotional about it, whatnot. I think she missed weight on purpose just not to fight that woman. I think
so?
I mean, 26 pounds. I mean, come on. She didn't cut a bit of weight. 26 pounds.
But Gabby always talking about the paycheck, man. Gabby always talking about a paycheck, so I mean, you think that she would just turn down money to just say, well, I don't want to fight this old lady again?
Well, she got a lot of backlash, man. She got a lot of backlash. And she probably started thinking in her head, I'm fighting somebody's grandma, dude. Like, and seriously, like, I know she's done that before, but seriously, if you saw her at the weigh-in, she had this kind of smirk on her face. That woman is.
Did she even try?
She is an Amazon if there ever is one living. I don't know if she's on steroids. I'm not going to speculate, but there's something unnatural about that woman. She's bigger than me, and I'm 6'6", 246 pounds. She's bigger than me. I mean, bulky wise,
Well, we can't.
There's something unnatural about that woman. I'm sorry.
We can't speculate because I'm
not going to speculate, but I'm just saying there's something unnatural about that woman.
Yeah, I mean she's never tested positive. Just like I speculate on Holly Holm, and boy, I got the backlash. So she looks big for a woman, but hey, man,
she's the size of a male heavyweight, bro. All day. Yeah. Well, I can't really say that because if you look at some of her older stuff when she was in jiu-jitsu, she was kind of a big husky type woman. Maybe she just worked out a lot, but she would murder that old woman, man. I seen them side by side today, and I was like, that poor old woman. She could not. Man, them people at Rising are crazy. There's somebody gonna get killed over there. Watch.
She was gonna slap the hemorrhoid medicine out of her, man. I mean, good grief, man. Like, hey, are you serious, man? Like, and I was looking at this lady. I'm like, man, and this lady is a politician. She's a counselor. I'm like, wait a minute, you've been doing politics for the last 17 years. You ain't trained anything, and now you just want to get off and just train and fight MMA against the dirtiest player in the game. That's Gabi Garcia. She is the dirtiest player in the game. And maybe Gabby did have second thoughts, y'all. Maybe she did. Because did you see her face when she was getting weighed in? I mean,
yeah, she had a smirk on her face. She planned that, man. She didn't lose a bit of weight. She didn't cut a bit of weight. Yeah. Come on, 26 pounds. 26. If you were off by 5, okay, 6, 2, 3, 4, 26.
I think her head weighed 26 pounds and by itself. I mean, what that big water buffalo head she got, man. I know.
Gabby missed weight by 26 pounds, and that Japanese woman missed weight by 26 years.
How they gonna explain this, y'all?
Outweigh her by 70 pounds. 70. That's how much she would outweigh her by. That's ridiculous. Come on, man. That even for a fighter in their prime, that's just stupid. I don't care how skillful you are. Somebody 70 pounds heavier than you, rocking you, and you're 53 years old. Yeah.
That old lady, man. Look, they was gonna have to get her, man. They was gonna have to get her meds. They was gonna have to get what's that stuff old people her Depends undergarment, because she gonna piss herself out if she get beat up. What them Depends, like a big old tampon or something, man. And then they're gonna have to figure out if she can see. She probably got cataracts. I mean, man, this old lady probably dealing with a myriad of problems, man. And
what is the deal with Ryzen? Is it like a open division that Gabby's in, or do they have a heavyweight limit for her? I don't remember her weight when she fought Destiny Yarborough.
Well, see, you know, Gabi was 245 pounds when she fought Yarborough, but see, the thing of it is, Gabi Garcia contracted to fight at 209 because, you know,
209.
Grandma Kadori. Yeah, see now,
that
Grandma
woman's like 270. There's no way in hell she can make 209.
I've never
Grandma
seen anyone that natural and that muscular at that weight. The most I've seen is 165 to 160.
Hey, Grandma Kendori said, "Look, I look, I'm gonna fight you at 209. Okay, now that's it. I'll fight you at 209. You can get to 209, then we're gonna get in here and get this work." But Gabi Garcia came in at 236, and Grandma Kendori said, you know, and she cussed out in Japanese. I mean, she cussed out pretty bad too, boy. I was laughing. It was funny. It was funny because it looked like somebody old grandma up there, you know, just fussing at somebody, their young daughter. And Gabby just looking like, oh, okay, I guess we ain't fighting then, you know. And I think that was that, you know. Maybe guys, maybe Gabby had a sense of heart. Maybe Gabby just had a conscience, you know. Maybe the woman that separated that lady's shoulder. I mean, surely, guys, she didn't mean to do that. Maybe the woman that soccer ball kicked the other old lady, that was a replacement for the old lady that she got to fight right now. Maybe, just maybe, Gabi Garcia had a conscience. What y'all think about that?
She got raked over on social media.
Oh, yeah, it's even worse than Cyborg.
Yeah, Gabby got raked over the coals again and again on social media. She actually got attacked by somebody. I think she was in the crying, had a bruise on her leg. But she got worked over pretty good on social media about this, taking the fight and whatnot against a 53-year-old grandmother. She got raked over pretty hard. So I'm still thinking in my head that she did that on purpose just to avoid that. She can take that loss and she'll get another fight with maybe alpha female or something. That's what everybody wants to see.
I want to see her fight.
I may not speak Japanese.
Oh, go ahead, Mia. I'm sorry.
Can I go?
No, yeah, go now.
I may not speak Japanese, but I'm pretty sure that woman said something like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out of here."
Oh no, PG-13 channel. Come on now, come on, you got a potty mouth.
Come on, I'm pretty sure that's what she said. I can't speak Japanese.
All right, so
how you gonna explain this, Mia? Come on now.
What's on the other card? Is it what's this, King Rena against Battle Cat?
I got Battle Cat all the way. Forget King Rena. King Rena, you know, she kind of flexed on my girl Crystal Stokes, you know, and shout out to Crystal Stokes. You know, that's my girl. She cool, and King Rena.
Battle Cat fan. People don't give Cindy any credit, because Cindy will get you on the ground and mess you up. I mean, that last fight she had, I do believe it was kind of early stoppage. Cindy Soccer Mom Dandoise get you on the ground, she's gonna mess you up.
Man, come on, you call her Cindy Soccer Mom Dandoise, man. How you
she got 5 kids, dude. She is the epitome of a soccer mom. She got 5 kids.
She got 5 kids. God, dog.
Yeah, she does.
Man, she might have to staple her uterus together, womb or something together, man. That's crazy.
Hey, I can't say nothing about her, though. She sure as hell did dominate Megan Anderson on the ground.
Yeah, boy, you know what? I go back and look at that fight from time.
I am no fan of Megan. As much as she's banned me from Twitter, all my accounts, you know how hard it is to make another account after another account. You got to have different phone numbers and all kinds of shit.
So. Megan Anderson banned you, man. Hey, that's pretty. Hey, but Brian Jensen. Hey, we got Brian Jensen in the comment section.
Oh,
Brian Jensen gave Megan some work, didn't he, man?
Yeah, he did. He gave him some work, and
Brian was hard. Brian was hard. You know, I was like, Brian Jensen, man, what's going on? Megan called him a troll, and then Brian, I forgot what Brian said to her, but man, it was funny. It was funny. Brian Jensen gave Megan that work. Megan, he got the best of Megan. Megan got mad. And I think on Megan's little channel, I think she was referring to fans like Brian. But all he asked her was, "Hey, you gonna fight Cyborg?" She got mad.
The whole thing about it is Megan started that when she made the post criticizing Mackenzie Dern. Okay, she made the whole post criticizing how Mackenzie Dern fight this and that, and then pretty much everybody jumped in her ass, and then she started backtracking in defensive mode.
Yeah. God
Hey,
bless.
excuses are the bricks you build to. I mean, excuses are the bricks you use to build your house of failure.
Well, and Megan Anderson has built a building bigger than the Empire State Building by 10 with excuses and claiming to be ready to fight every month, every 2 weeks. I monitor her closely because she's on my hit list because she has banned me multiple times for just telling her the truth. Hey, dude, at one point, seriously, if you even mention Cyborg's name on her Twitter, she would ban you. Seriously. That's how bad it works.
Oh, I hit my head. God, dog, what are you doing? Come on, man. Hey, you know what? And let's think of all the nicknames that Megan Anderson got. You know what? Megan Runderson, Megan No Answerson. I like that one. No answer because she ain't giving us the answer to why she, her problems. That's personal.
I don't hate Megan. Megan's a good fighter.
Megan
She's a good
Haderson.
fighter, but she ain't nowhere near Cyborg's level of skill. She get put to sleep.
Yeah, she's sitting there talking about
she's so big. I mean, Megan Anderson get put to sleep just as quick as Charmaine Tweet did against Cyborg. I mean,
Megan sat back. Megan sat back over there talking about, what Cyborg hadn't fought anybody of credibility, and I'm like, well, look at your resume. You got knocked out you almost got knocked out by Charmaine Tweet, who was 39 going on 55. I mean, how was she gonna explain that? How is Megan Anderson gonna explain this, y'all?
exactly.
How's she gonna
explain Battle Cat? Because seriously, she got dominated on the ground. She's supposed to be the bigger, stronger woman. Battle Cat dominated her on the ground all day. All day.
Battle Cat took her soul, man. Battle Cat took her soul.
Yes, she did.
She took her soul. Okay, let's look at this resume. Okay, now I'm gonna pull it up, guys, and I'm gonna pull it up on the live screen. And everybody, shout out, y'all smash that like. It's like 40 y'all in here, only 12 likes. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all smash that like button. Y'all stop playing. Okay, smash the like button. I don't know who it is.
Megan, it's her fans. It's her fans. The fans of these fighters are the problem, and they influence the fighters. It's her too, but I'm just saying, her fans are some of the worst. Her fans are some of the worst that I've dealt with, Coach. Okay. Megan Anderson fans are so delusional that I don't know, man. It's like they're living in North Korea or something. Okay, people are out there.
Let's look at this resume of Megan Anderson. I'm finna pull this up, okay? I'm gonna pull this up on the screen, and guys, all of y'all, you can take a look. We're waiting on E-Maze and Eric to accept this invite, but Eric has declined. My broadcast partner is, I don't know, he's tripping right now. I've sent Eric the link multiple times, still sending Eric this link, and Eric has not came into the chat room. How is E-Maze and Eric gonna explain this? Yeah. And Nick, until he maybe respond.
It's holiday season.
Oh, he says he is not home yet. At his phone, and he's saying that he cannot get it. Man, come on, Eric, stop playing. How you gonna explain this, Eric? Okay, now y'all can see this resume. Her resume. Now she want to talk about Cyborg resume. There are two names that freak out that I think were the tough opponents. One, Charmaine Tweet. Tough opponent, Cindy Dandois, and Amanda Bell actually is pretty tough. And Megan got rid of her in one round. So Amanda Bell's tough. Chin. Janae Harding down at the bottom, she got a chin. She can take a punch. And, I kind of know why Megan didn't knock her out. But the rest of these people, do any of you know any of these people on the resume?
No.
I know who they are because I'm a hardcore fan and I study fights daily. I mean, Mia, do you know any of these people? Megan Anderson's resume.
1 sec, my screen's a little too small. I can't see much.
Yeah,
who's on there? Can you tell?
I can't see him.
All right, now I can see him.
Well, you can't see that resume.
Right. Why is she? Does she even pay attention to the unwritten rule that you're not supposed to talk smack unless you can back it up? I had to get smacked on the head for that.
man, this stream is lit. Is lit. Yeah, I know mostly. The only person I don't know on her resume is Jody Struzik. That's it. That's the only person. The rest of them I know who they are. And only 3 of these opponents are actually semi-worthy opponents. But if you're looking at her CV, it sucks. Okay, it sucks. I mean, this resume literally sucks. But toughest fight came at the hands of Cindy Dandois, who has no stand-up game. How is Megan gonna explain this one? Her second toughest fight came at the hands of
Because
Charlene
her
Tweet.
ground game is garbage.
Yeah, man, her ground game is not there yet. It's not there. And she was talking about, I got the solution to beat Cyborg. Really, I wish I no, you don't, Megan. You don't have the solution. Because if you had the solution, then you'd have got in the octagon with her and fought her when you're supposed to, and stop giving us all this stuff about, I got a personal
I don't
problem.
think, even though Megan is technically the only female on the featherweight roster in UFC, to my knowledge, I don't think she should get an immediate title shot. I think they should bring in somebody like Leah Letson and let her fight Megan Anderson.
Leah Letson, that's music to my ears.
Let her fight Megan Anderson for a title shot at Cyborg.
Leah Letson will knock out. Leah Letson will knock out. Leah, I'm gonna tell you why Leah, look, the Leah when she went off for deployment, Leah had a couple of holes in her games, but Leah was solid. This Leah Letson that's back training, let me tell you something, man. Leah gets better every fight. I guarantee you she beats Megan Anderson. Matter of fact, anybody on here want it, they can get it. Anybody want it, they can get it as far as, trying to debunk it.
That's
Megan
what
Anderson
UFC should do.
will lose to Leah Letson. But get Leah Letson in there right now. Matter of fact,
because of Megan Anderson's troubles, they need to put her against another opponent before she faces Cyborg.
I'm gonna text her right now.
I would say bring in Leah Letson. Give her a contract. Let her fight Megan Anderson to see who can fight for the belt.
I'm gonna text.
I don't understand why Leah isn't in the UFC right now. She deserved it to be. I know she isn't that well known, but she's got the size and she's got the skills.
Leah gonna be a star. Okay, Leah gonna be a star, and I'm kind of glad
she's
that
still young too, ain't she, Coach?
Yeah, Leah like 25 now.
Oh yeah, she got a ways.
Yeah, don't let that little smile. Don't let that smile get y'all. And when she let her hair down and no. Behind all that, trust me, it's an aggressive killer. Behind all of that, okay. Hey, I'm Leah Letson, and no, she gonna get you an octagon, and she gonna get in there and completely dismantle you, and she gonna do everything she can to put you out of your misery. That's what she do in the octagon. She's not showing people any mercy. She's not being nice to you. I mean, she might be nice to you after she get done knocking you out. Yeah.
But does she have any fight scheduled for any org? What who does she fight for right now?
She still fights for Invicta, she still fights for Invicta, but I don't know who she's up against next. I'm texting her right now. Like I'm texting her because she itching for a fight, and I think Invicta, they're gonna give her a fight soon. Like they're gonna give her one quick because they like her at Invicta. And not Megan, God dog it. Thinking about wrong person. Leah is going to be on the one-way fast track to a bantamweight title shot because her wins are impressive. She's not just winning, but she's knocking people out. Okay, like she's knocking them out.
The state of the bantamweight division in UFC is pretty shallow right now. A bunch of no-nos, and all we got is Kat Zingano and Caitlin Vieira. Yeah, and I don't know how that's going to go. It depends on what version of Kat Zingano you see. Hey, I'm a huge Kat Zingano is a beast.
I might have to do a retraction, man, because I thought Kat probably, my power chart, they're real close, Ed, and it's up for grabs, and I kind of lean a little bit more toward Kat, but I might have to retract that, man. I might have to say Caitlin Vieira gonna win that fight, man. I don't know, man. That fight is that tight.
If it's tight, but if Kat Zingano comes back with the mentality of, I know I beat the crap out of the champ, I'm going to get back there. If she can get her husband's suicide, the other mental stuff out of the way, Kat Zingano is a beast. If she wouldn't have screwed up and made that stupid mistake against Ronda Rousey, I believe she would have beat her. I seriously, in my heart, believe that Kat Zingano could have beat Ronda Rousey.
Yeah,
if the fight would have progressed and she didn't just run in there with her crazy knee. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think she would, because she's a brawler and a wrestler, and she's got power. I mean, she was throwing Amanda Nunes around like a rag doll. I mean,
Talk about an ID10T error. I've never seen someone, well, I have seen people do that, but oh my, that was an error.
Like, what in the name of Juan Manuel Marquez Pitts was she thinking, y'all? Like, what was she thinking? Like she jumped in, like, you know, she thought she was the Karate Kid. I mean, did she think Mr. Miyagi was in the corner? Danielson, wax on, wax off. No, Mr. Miyagi wasn't there, Kat Zingano. He wasn't there. You were there. You tried to do the flying Danielson crane kick knee, and guess what? You failed. If we get that version of Kat Zingano in there, guess what? Ketlin Vieira gonna have a field day. Now, if we get the version that fought Amanda Nunes and the version that fought Juliana Pena in the first round, we might get it. But see, Kat is a good fighter. She's just not a smart fighter. Like Kat Zingano do stupid stuff in the octagon. And that's why now I'm starting to lean more toward Ketlin Vieira. Ketlin Vieira is a very smart fighter. Kat Zingano, not so smart. And you know, I like Kat, but come on, we got to use some brains in there.
Yeah, she does.
You know,
I know.
Kat's tough, man. Kat is tough as nails. She took a beating from Nunes before she took over that fight, though. She took some serious blows and just kept on pushing. Kat, I'm all for Kat in that fight. I mean, I want to see her come back. She's one of my favorite women fighters of all time. I want to see her come back against a top-ranked contender or somebody undefeated like Caitlin. I want to see her get back to the point of fighting Nunes again. You know what I mean? In her good state, in Kat Zingano 100% focused, I'm going to kick this woman's ass. You know, she talks to herself on the way to the ring every time. I don't know what she's saying to herself, but that's the Kat Zingano I want to see.
Well, you know, she probably think, you know, asking God, Lord, I say, Lord, I need you to protect me in this octagon.
I don't know about that, Coach. I'm pretty good at reading lips. It's more like
I think she's praying to the Lord.
That's what she's saying. She's like, I'm gonna beat this motherfucking bitch's ass.
Oh,
I'm
no,
sorry,
PG-13 channel. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? How on God's screen earth are you gonna explain that? All right, so Mia, what you about to interject something, Mia? What's going on, Mia? You doing good? I appreciate you being in here, girl. You phenomenal.
All right, so I don't know why you would do that. I mean, I swear, nearly every good martial artist knows you don't bum rush a person. You can get hit in the jaw and knocked out. You can get submitted like Rousey did, or you can just wind up on your ass. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, pretty much like Alistair Overeem did to Francis Ngannou. That was stupid. That ended well for him, too. He got his head. But, man, look, I don't think Alistair's soul still came down from that knockout.
The ghost of Alistair. Hey, Alistair walking around to my, ooh, where's my body? I'm looking.
Alistair was asleep for about 5 minutes, man. He was done.
Alistair was out cold, baby.
I know you don't talk about the men much on here, but Francis Ngannou, he about to hurt Stipe. That's gonna be a bad day for Stipe. Stipe's good. He's fast. He's quick. I don't think I've seen Stipe get his knocked on his ass several times. I don't think he's gonna be able to handle that man's power. That African dude ain't no joke, man. That beast. I want to see him in the boxing ring.
Stevie needs to move his head off the center line.
He punches at weird angles though, Ngannou. He has that wild style. He's like sort of like Deontay Wilder throwing them damn hooks from his back that just appear out of nowhere and look like an uppercut. You know what I mean?
And he's fast. He's very, very fast. That's the thing.
For his size, he was very fast, man. That man is dangerous. Like, seriously.
But y'all.
If he got into boxing, he could probably do some good stuff. But we don't even want to get on boxing with
he probably
Wilder
could. He probably
and Ortiz coming up, and Joshua and Fury. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Winner of that just needs to unify everything.
Yeah,
big super
but
fight.
y'all. Speaking of knockouts, I'm talking about like brutal knockouts. Did y'all see when Jin Frey got knocked out by Suyi Ham? Like, have you ever seen a cartoon character get knocked out? When you hit them, they kind of just they stand like, oh, I got hit, and then they just kind of fall down in slow motion.
Yep.
I swear, man, Jin Frey got hit so hard. This woman fell down in slow motion, man. Like, it was a dramatic knockout. I said, God, PG-13 channel. I said, God, oh boy, she got knocked out, man. Like Jin Frey got sleep. The what?
That's in women's boxing. Women's boxing?
No, that's women's MMA.
I'm saying you haven't seen like the variety of toe curled.
No, but but see, it's rare, man, that
like knockouts in women's MMA.
But see, it's rare though to atom weights.
It's rare.
It's really rare to two atom weights though, because atom weights, man, they're not knockout artists. They're not, man, because they small people. So they're not knocking people out like that. But man, Jin Frey, I'm talking about, man, like Suyi Ham put her to sleep, man. Like it wasn't even funny, man. It was bad. Like they had to kind of go over there to Jin Frey and like, yo, Zhu Yi, wake up. Wake up. You got knocked out. You got knocked out. But but I like it though. She ain't had no excuse, okay? I'm gonna put a picture of her up on the screen and maybe some of y'all remember who that is, but oh man, I'm gonna put the video up. I hope this thing don't get flagged.
I don't even think Cyborg's never knocked out anybody in that fashion. Her knockout is more of a volume beating with.
Well, she knocked. I don't know, man. She knocked out power. She put Lena Landsberg to sleep for about a second or two. Like,
oh man, there's another thing about Cyborg I want to point out. You always know what kind of Cyborg fight it's going to be. Watch the weigh-in before. She has certain mannerisms about her, and you can tell what kind of beating the opponent's going to get. Tanya Evinger, all smiles, this and that. When they come out, when the referee comes, she gives her a handshake and a pound. They're friends. They're cool. She wasn't going to fuck her up. Lena Landsberg, she looked at her like she was going to kill her, grinding her teeth and giving her head nods. She went out there and destroyed her.
I'm gonna show you guys. Man, that's true, man. I'll get back over it. I'm gonna show you guys this. I'm gonna show y'all, boy. Yeah, boy. Man, it's not funny, man, but God, dog, y'all see how she fell? Like, she just fell like, I got hit. No, I can't believe I just got hit. I just got hit. How did I get hit? How'd that happen? You got knocked out, girl. You got knocked out. Yeah. Like, I can do a frame by frame for y'all.
You took a nap on the floor.
Dang, boy, this was a guys. Look, she took knockout to another level. God, oh man. And then you like, see at that point where she on the ground now, she's sitting here trying to figure out. I hope the fight gets stopped. I ain't got to take no additional strikes. But then, Suyi Ham ran over. Look at that. Bop, bop, bop. God, boy, that's a knockout. Jin Frey, keep your head up. Don't think the coach is making fun of you. I just wanted to see it. Okay, I just wanted to see that. All right. Okay. Well, guys, it's getting there, man. I might ask one last question. So final thoughts. Okay, final thoughts. I don't think we asked what does Cyborg need to do to win this fight. So I forgot that. We'll ask that, and then we'll check on out here because I know I gotta get up, and Ed, you gotta find another way to get Megan Anderson to hate you more. Mia, it's probably a long day for you tomorrow. So what are your guys' final thoughts? Okay, what does Cyborg need to do to win the fight? Since we said we already talked about what Holly need to do.
Go ahead, Mia.
What does Holly need to do? All right.
No,
so
what does Chris need to do? I think we all said what Chris. We said Holly.
Okay.
We all said what Chris needed to do, not Holly.
Okay.
I said both of them though at the same time.
All right, so Mia, then what does Holly need to do?
I noticed that she only really moves at one speed minus when she's going for the knockout, and she tends to circle out laterally along the cage. I don't see her moving back and forth a lot, She doesn't like to go forward. So I'd say maybe try to plant herself in the middle of the octagon, and at least there's the takedowns and clinching won't be as dangerous, I guess. I don't know. She just really needs to make sure it doesn't go to the ground, and even then, Cyborg is really dangerous. Well, maybe I remember in the Jarina Bars fight that Cyborg was having trouble with the knees and front kicks, I believe. So I think her Cyborg's weakness is mainly just like her mid section.
It is.
Okay.
My turn, coach.
Man, go ahead. Go ahead and do your thing, man.
Oh man, why do you say it with such enthusiasm? Damn, coach.
I'm fighting that sleep, boy. I'm fighting it. I'm fighting the sleep.
Yeah, Cyborg does need to watch out for those front push kicks, whether it be to the legs or the stomach. I've noticed she's been caught with them, the opponent. Cyborg, like I said earlier, she needs to go old school. She needs to say, I'm gonna encompass the complete MMA game on you, not just standing and fighting with you, showing that I can knock you out. I'm pretty sure she can, but Cyborg's going to take her to the ground, and it's going to be some old school ground and pound. That's what I'm seeing, because Cyborg's camp ain't stupid. She's got some good heads with her. They've probably sit and watch hours of film of Holly, especially her weaknesses getting taken down, because they pointed that out. And she's planning on taking her to the ground and doing something. So that's what I foresee as a Cyborg win. I mean, I'm already predicting Cyborg to win anyway because I'm a Cyborg fan. I like Holly Holm too, but Holly Holm is not going to be the one to beat Chris Cyborg. There's somebody else out there that's going to beat Chris Cyborg, and it ain't Holly Holm. And we have all these arguments from these pros saying, well, she's tailor-made for Cyborg. I mean, Cyborg is tailor-made for Holly. This and that. It's just them pros themselves ain't even giving Cyborg her credit. They have no idea of the training regimen or the actual skills that the woman does have for the name. So
I think it's a lack of education too on. Oh, go ahead, sir. Yes, sir.
No, go ahead. Yeah, you.
No. I can't cut you off, man. You got to finish that thought.
Well, shit, I done lost the thought now. I'm just saying, Cyborg is a different kind of fighter. If you look at her whole game, from a physical standpoint to an emotional one, back to what I was saying about how all these people bully her pretty much repeatedly all day, I believe she takes that into the octagon, and I can see it in her face. I can see it when her whole demeanor changes at some certain aspect in a fight, and she just explodes. Like, and she can do this in round 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. It's just, I think Cyborg takes in a lot of emotions in there with her that she conceals until it's time. She has it down pat to a science to where it's time to unleash hell on this person. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people want to talk about skills and records and blah, blah, blah. Ultimately, a fight boils down to heart versus heart. I don't care if you're stronger than me. I don't care if you're more technical than me. If my heart's bigger than yours, I'm going to find a way to beat you. And if you've already pissed me off and I'm pissed off at your fans for calling me a man, I'm definitely going to beat your ass. I mean, that's the way I see Cyborg in the octagon.
Oh, so raw. So raw. Okay, Mia. Okay, wait a minute, Mia. I think you already answered, didn't you? Yeah, you did.
Yes. Okay. I don't think. Okay, we can say that Cyborg fights emotional, but I don't think she fights that emotional. I mean, fighting emotionally is actually kind of bad. The only time it really helps is just to use a tiny bit of anger so you can stay rational and keep going. Being emotional when fighting is just, in my opinion, a horrible idea.
I'm not saying she's fighting emotional in a bad way. She's using that rage and in increments. she's like every second of it. If you sit and analyze her fights, you can see her facial expressions change. You can tell when she's about to go hard on somebody. Like I pointed out earlier with that Marlos Conan fight, she was fighting steady, controlled, all this and that. Marlos popped her. She went batshit crazy and finished her 20 seconds later, nonstop. In the third round, just this energy just came from nowhere. I'm just saying that woman does fight on a lot of emotions. Like even if you watch the the preview to the countdown, Jason Perillo sitting in there, control your emotions. Control your emotions. Her team already knows she's an emotional person. Like that first time she fought in Curitiba, it's like she was almost crying when she was doing her patented jumping jacks around the ring. That woman goes into the ring emotional, but she can control those emotionals and use them at any point in the fight. That's what I've noticed from her, from like a mental standpoint.
I'm gonna tell you what I like though. When Cyborg comes out, and I always tell people, you look at a book, but sometimes you got to open that book, and people assume that Cyborg is just a crazy person, and people assume that Holly's all good. See, everybody, that's what people assume, but we don't know. But I do know this character, and I like when Cyborg comes out. She's actually like she's emotional because like she loves her fans, like she really loves her fans, and you can tell, man, when she come out, Cyborg be about to cry when she walking out into that arena because she know that there are fans there that that really do like her, they love her, and she come out and it's like she dapping all the fans up, man. She coming to the ring, she definitely appreciates her fans more than the average fighter, and I can that's another reason why I'm a fan, not because of how well she fights, but how she treats people, and some of these fighters, they treat people like crap, they do, and they think that fans are just fans and they are fighters, and so they just have to, they do what they do. But Chris isn't like that, she's not like that at all. um her and Ray, they're very, they're very open. You can, reach, they'll respond to you most of the time if you leave them a message, and if they tell you that they can't do something, they can't do it, or they'll try to find an answer for you. But some of these other fighters, you reach out to them and they'll leave a picture up, and then 10,000 people will leave a response, but they want to interact with one of those people. At least Cyborg, they do stuff, man. And she's always doing stuff at the hospital for these kids that's terminally ill. She's doing a lot of it. She does that stuff, almost a weekly, sometimes daily basis in between fights. So yeah, man, I'm really, I'm kind of digging. I hope that she doesn't change her ways and turn into somebody else, toward the end of her, career. So that's good.
Yeah, they do that. I've actually had Ray send me a message and thank me for jumping on some trolls, but Ray runs her social media. It's him. I know this, but it's her if you see some kind of post and it's in some kind of bad written English. That's her. Anytime else, it's Ray.
they good people, man. They good people, and they got good hearts about them, and that's all that matter. Guys, before we log off here, guys, I am, and I'm telling everybody, I am trying to help promote the sport, and I've been interviewing a lot of young fighters. Okay, I've been interviewing a lot of new fighters, and I've been doing a lot of them, and I'm doing a whole lot more of them. And guys, if you could go by, you don't have to watch the entire interview. You can watch a few minutes of it, but go ahead and show your love to it. Hit the like button, because we do have internet people that dislike me. It's nothing to do with the fighters. They dislike me, so they'll go and they'll thumb down those interviews, thinking that the YouTube engine won't put those interviews out. But they don't know that I do have a method of getting interviews out. But you're actually, if you go and thumb those videos up, ladies and gentlemen, you're helping those fighters, and you're helping promote their brand, because they're new, they're trying to get started. But you got haters of this particular channel that they don't want to see that happen, because for whatever reasons they're disgruntled, and that's just how it is. So guys, make sure you go do that. Just thumb it up. The preludes, Just you only have, the preludes are what, 50 seconds. You can watch those and thumb it up, okay? Strong with the coach.
Thumb it all up, man. Coach is the best women's MMA show on YouTube, period. I don't give a damn about subscribers or numbers. The man's content is beyond measure, period. There is no argument to this. I don't care what anybody says. Coach is the man.
Hey, I'm just trying to improve, man. In 2018, I really want to take it above another level and do more for the sport, more than what I'm doing. So, yeah, man. So it's going to be a lot of work. I'm putting in a lot of work and a lot of hours, but, we're going to get it done. And Mia, I appreciate you coming in, girl. This was a first, but you handled yourself good. Yeah, hey, next podcast, we'll probably be on after the fight. So, definitely if you're up for that and your folks, let you jump on, hey, jump on and, definitely hang out with us. Hopefully by then we get Brian Jensen. Brian still hadn't got his phone stuff to work. I've been trying to get Brian Jensen on here for a little while, but Brian is in the comments section. So, yeah. It is what it is, y'all. It's cool. But Mia, you got anything else you want to say before we log off?
Nah, the only thing I guess I can say is I enjoyed doing this and I'm about to check out.
Okay.
Mia, you're awesome.
Yep, you're awesome. Awesome, kids. You did good. You did great. Okay, well, guys, on behalf of Ed Harris III and Mia, guys, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. What are you waiting on? Go ahead and subscribe. If you hadn't subscribed, what you waiting on? I'm done.